Hi friends, Right Careers welcomes you to another brand new video for this week. This is Sudarshan, your career coach. Very nice taste. Oh, if you're wondering what happened to me, something weird has happened to me this week, hang on. We're going to talk about something what I have done now, that is to drink a mocktail, not a cocktail. So the topic that we have taken for this week is similar or is related to what I have done. The topic for this week is career as a bartender or career in bartending and mixology. So you might be wondering what I'm speaking. Some of you who are watching this video might not even know that there is a career called bartending or mixology. So before we see what is, how the career can span if you are going to choose bartending as a career, or what are the advantages if you choose a bartending career, the salary component of bartending as a career, we will see what is bartending and what is mixology. So, a bartender or mixology is someone, or bartender or mixologist, I should say, is someone who mixes various types of drinks, or drinks could be alcoholic and non-alcoholic, and come up with an interesting beverage and come up with an interesting cocktail and mocktail. So if you go to any bar or any pub or any party, the first conversation that you will have, before you drink, is to meet a bartender, right? Is to meet someone who will mix the drink, whatever drink it is, and then give it to you. So which means a bartender or someone who mixes, the mixologist, happens to be the face of any bar or any pub. So that's the importance of a bartender or a mixologist in a bar. So there is also a common doubt that both mixologists and bartenders are different. So usually, good old days, a few years back, mixologists used to, there is nothing called mixologist. A bartender is someone who will prepare a drink and also serve. But these days, it doesn't happen like that. We go and drink, right? Therefore, there is mixologists who work on coming up with interesting, very, very interesting solution, or very, very interesting output, I should say. Even if you're a non-alcoholic like me, I'm a non-alcoholic, and whenever I visit, a juice shop or something, you don't want to, you always want to experiment, right? You don't want to have that classic juices. Like, instead you prefer to experiment, say combination of different fruits, combination of different things. Say for example, it used to be soda. If you take lime soda, it used to be sweet soda or salt soda, but nowadays you get different varieties of soda. You have something called kulki sarbat, which we all prefer, right? When you go down to Kerala, you have unique non-alcoholic or alcoholic varieties. When you go to any part of the country, the Feni, for example, is a Goan drink. So there are different drinks that are beverages that are available in different parts, and it's the bartender who mix matches, and then comes up with a very, very interesting output. If you think that bartending or mixologist is only restricted to mixing of drinks, no, you're wrong. There is much, much more to what a bartender does. A bartender usually, some of the major tasks for a bartender includes mixing. Obviously, that's a core role of any bartender. And then, organizing the bar. When you go to a bar or a pub, you expect the pub or bar to have some kind of theme, some kind of ambience, right? So that's set by the bartenders. So a theme or something like that, it's usually set by the bartenders. Cleanliness of the bar is also, maintained by bartenders. Replenishment of stocks. For example, if you, whenever the beverages gets, replenished, it is the bartender who has to refill and things like that. So he or she has to take stock of whatever is there in the bar, and also come up with interesting and innovative beverage drink solution. So which means a bartender has to come up with a lot of new innovative drinks to make sure their customers are happy and delighted. So these are some of the roles that a bartender can do as a career opportunity. Bartending or mixologist comes under this huge umbrella of food and beverages. So they broadly are coming under food and beverages as a category. Now, moving on, how to become a bartender or mixologist. Even though, you don't need to pursue or study, a formal course in bartending or mixology, it is always preferred that you come up with some certificate programs. There are no graduation programs in India for bartending. For example, BSc in bartending or BSc in mixology. There is nothing called graduation programs, but there are a lot of certificate programs which you can pursue after your 12th standard and then become a bartender. Institutes like Indian Institute of Bartending, Chennai, and then Indian Professional Bartending Academy, Pune. And then you have Flarology Bar School in Bombay. Then you have all the hotel management colleges across the country will offer, if you wish to choose BHM, Bachelor's in Hotel Management, you can always specialize in bartending as a paper or as an elective, and then pursue bartending. Some of the diploma courses that you have include diploma in professional bartending, mixology, flair bartending, and then you also have certificate courses in wines and spirit, I mean wine tasting and wine spirit. So these are some of the courses where you can academically qualify yourself and then become a bartender. So employment opportunities, if you think a bartender is usually employed in hotels, pubs, etc., yes, you are right, but they are also employed elsewhere. They are employed in pubs, they are employed in bars, they are employed in hotels, restaurants, they are employed in cruises. In ships, you have a lot of bar, right? So a bartender will usually travel in ships. A bartender is also employed in event management, say in events where they go for one night event or an outing or corporate event. Bartender is usually hired. So these are some of the places where they get hired. Moving on, if you think that bartending is only for men, the next 1 minute we'll talk about or demystify that myth. Bartending is not a profession that's only restricted to men these days. In 2007, Supreme Court of India came up with a landmark judgment, I should say a historic judgment, which not only overturned the archaic 1914 law that prohibited women from entering bar, especially in the NCR region, but also Supreme Court advised the respective states to make sure the safety of women who are working in bars, which means more and more women have started to choose this as a career because of the law that has been imposed by the Supreme Court. Shakti Basu is a renowned women bartender, and she's been bartending for the last 3 decades. 30 years of bartending by a woman is a huge achievement, I should say. If you wonder, bartenders are offered less salaries. The next 1 minute will also demystify this. A starting salary for a bartender would be somewhere between 2 and 4 lakhs. After your 12th 1-year certificate program, if you get 2 to 4 lakhs, it's a good money to start with. As and when you progress, if you get experience, you get up to 5 lakhs, 6 lakhs. And when you become a head of a bartender for a large pub or large hotel, you get up to 10 lakhs per annum. As a freelancer, if you wish to be a freelance bartender or mixologist, you can earn up to 10,000 rupees per night. That means it's good money you can earn as a freelancer also. As always in our segment, the pros and cons, some of the pros: you make your customers happy. What else you want? They become extremely happy after your drink, after the drink that's prepared by you. That's the biggest pro, I would say. Career opportunity, you need not restrict yourself to one part of the country or one hotel. Sky is the limit, globe is the limit, so you can explore wherever you want to go, and then make, because universally this is accepted, bartending as a profession and career. Flexibility is quite flexible also in nature. You can work at your own peril. You can wish to choose a full-time or also do a freelancing. Some of the cons, as always, the work environment, it can be hectic because usually this becomes active during the nights, this becomes active during the weekends, which means you have to sacrifice your nights and weekend for this. And usually it's very difficult to deal with drunk customers, right? There is a famous Tamil comedy dialogue made by the comedy superstar Vadivelu, who says, "Idu vera vai, adu nara vai." So you have to deal with such customers who are drunk. You have to be very, very patient and understand, go with those customers. The workload can also be heavy. Overall, if you ask me, if you want to experiment in your career, if you want to be innovative in your career and earn some good money after your 12th standard, bartending can be a good profession, good career option. So that's all I have for this week, and do subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is www.youtube.com/writecareers, and also click on the bell button for instant notifications. And until next week with another brand new video, see you all, take care, have a safe week, cheers.